Mesothelioma is an aggressive form of cancer that is caused by exposure to asbestos. It develops in the lining of tissues, most commonly affecting the lining of the lungs, pleura, or abdomen, peritoneum. Anyone who has lived or worked in Seattle before the late 1980s likely has asbestos exposure risk due to use of the material for insulation and fireproofing in many buildings. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, it is important to speak with a mesothelioma lawyer right away to understand legal rights and options for pursuing financial compensation through a lawsuit. Your first step in finding a mesothelioma lawyer in Seattle is to conduct thorough online research. Look through directories like the National Mesothelioma Legal Registry, NMLR, or American Association for Justice, AAJ, to find Seattle law firms that specifically list mesothelioma as an area of practice. Read client testimonials, check firm websites for experience details, and confirm the lawyers are licensed to practice in Washington state. Also consider law firms that frequently handle Seattle asbestos exposure cases, as they will be familiar with the local legal landscape. In addition to online directories, you can get referrals from local mesothelioma advocacy groups in the Seattle area. Organizations like the Asbestos Disease Awareness Organization, ADAO, maintain referral lists of reputable attorneys across the country. Contacting ADAO is a great way to get connected with lawyers in your area that have a proven track record in mesothelioma litigation. Local hospitals like Seattle Cancer Care Alliance and medical facilities associated with the University of Washington are also good resources for referrals. Once you identify potential attorney options, it's a good idea to set up consultations to evaluate fit. Make sure to ask pointed questions about their specific mesothelioma experience, success rates, funding for expert witnesses, willingness to take the case to trial if needed, and fee structures. Reputable lawyers will not charge for initial consultations. It is also important to feel comfortable with the prospective attorney on a personal level, as you will be working closely together through what is likely a difficult time. Check online reviews on lawyer rating websites like Avvo and Justia to get an unbiased assessment of lawyer skills and character from past clients. Also ask for references of former clients you can contact directly. Speaking with people who have received compensation through a mesothelioma lawsuit handled by the attorney gives valuable first-hand insight into competency and client service. You can also search public court records to view examples of past mesothelioma case results. In addition to researching attorneys, it is important to thoroughly investigate all potential asbestos exposures during the statute of limitations period. This includes places of employment, military service histories, hobbies, and more. Washington state has a 3-year statute of limitations from the date of diagnosis or the date the disease was discovered, so timeliness is crucial. A skilled Seattle mesothelioma lawyer can work with you and an industrial hygienist to pinpoint specific exposures that lead to developing asbestos-related cancer. The more detail provided about asbestos exposures, the stronger the legal case. It is also a good idea to compile all relevant medical records from biopsies, surgeries, and doctor visits related to mesothelioma diagnosis and treatment. The attorney will use this documented evidence of exposure and definitive cancer diagnosis to file a lawsuit against responsible asbestos companies on your behalf. Any awards or settlements received through litigation may help cover outstanding medical costs, pain and suffering compensation, and future expenses from lifelong impacts of mesothelioma. Thoroughly researching firms specializing in Seattle mesothelioma litigation through online directories, referrals, and initial consultations ensures finding an experienced attorney dedicated to aggressively pursuing the best possible outcome. With the right legal representation, those diagnosed with an asbestos-caused cancer may gain some measure of justice and financial security through the court system. Having worked on countless local mesothelioma cases before, these specialty lawyers know what it takes to build a strong lawsuit against negligent asbestos manufacturers.